In an airplane, a tense atmosphere is felt as the voice of the chief cabin crew resonates in the cabin. "You need to get up. This seat is not yours," she states to a young boy whose expression is unreadable, his ticket clenched in his hand. "But this is my seat," he retorts, determination in his voice. Other passengers exchange puzzled glances, whisper, or choose silence. What the chief cabin crew doesn't know is that this boy is not an ordinary passenger, and her arrogance could cost her dearly once the plane lands. Welcome to our channel where we share true stories that make you think and see the world from a new angle. If you enjoy inspiring stories, please like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to not miss anything. Now, let's return to this story, as what follows is surprising. The boy, a frail-looking teenager with bright eyes of determination, is seated with his hands resting on the armrests, watching the world pass by the window. It's his first flight alone, a reward for his excellent academic results. It's not just a matter of privilege, but a recognition of his efforts. Everything seems perfect until a firm voice interrupts his moment of peace. "Are you sure you're in the right seat?" asks the chief cabin crew, her gaze sliding over the boy's ticket. "Yes, ma'am, I'm in 3B. He responds with calm assurance. She furrows her brow, almost amused, and says, "This seat is reserved for first-class passengers." A heavy silence falls and glances turn toward them. The boy, now uncomfortable, repeats more firmly, "But this is my seat." The chief cabin crew, visibly irritated, insists, "You need to move to economy class." Without truly understanding why, he stands up, his heart heavy, his mind filled with a sense of injustice. First-class passengers look at him, some feigning indifference, others showing silent sympathy. Once in economy, he sits in a cramped seat, breathless. "They sent me back," he writes to his father, his voice betraying his discouragement. In a corner of the cabin, a businessman in a sharp suit observes him, eyebrows furrowed, wondering if the chief cabin crew acted correctly. Quickly, a response arrives, concise and direct. "What is the flight number?" The boy trembles slightly as he types on his phone, his thoughts swirling. "I'll take care of it," his father replies. Something in this message gives him hope. He remembers the importance of his academic success and the enormous sacrifices his family made to offer him this unique experience. At the front of the plane, the chief cabin crew feels satisfied, but her sense of triumph is short-lived. A colleague, Nicole, watches her with concern. "Did you check his ticket?" she asks, uncertain. Miss Caldwell scoffs at the idea, convinced that the boy couldn't afford such a seat. But Nicole isn't convinced. "You don't know. You need to check." Tension rises and murmurs among the passengers become more frequent, each wondering why a child would be treated this way. Suddenly, the intercom crackles. "Miss Caldwell, please report to the cockpit immediately." Something is wrong. Inside, the captain, a serious-looking man, reveals the truth. "You moved the son of the company's owner." The shock hits her like a ton of bricks. She realizes she has made a monumental mistake. "You need to bring him back to his seat," the captain orders, his voice firm. Fear creeps in as she returns to economy class. The boy sits there, calm and composed. He isn't crying or getting upset. She approaches him, her voice softer. "There was a misunderstanding. I'll take you back to your seat." But as she says this, she realizes she now has to face the consequences of her actions. He looks at her, but his silence is heavy with meaning. "Why did you think I didn't deserve that seat?" he asks in a quiet but firm tone. The chief cabin crew feels trapped, shame rising within her. The other passengers become aware of the injustice, their gazes growing insistent. Some of them, once indifferent, begin to murmur among themselves, exchanging similar stories of discrimination and injustice. For the first time, she feels vulnerable. The boy, with quiet wisdom, looks at his phone screen, waiting for a response. The executive office's message vibrates. Make her understand what she did. Her heart races. She is losing control. She who always thought she was in charge. She wonders if she really made the right decision, or if she simply acted on ingrained prejudices. Landing approaches, and in her mind, it's a whirlwind of thoughts. She always believed she was the one who decided, the one who controlled the rules. But today, she discovers what it means to confront her own prejudices. The boy is there, peaceful, flipping through a magazine. His confidence only heightens her own discomfort. The chief cabin crew realizes that she has been too quick to judge, that every person deserves to be respected and valued, regardless of their appearance. When the plane lands, she knows the moment has come. Passengers begin to rise. The boy finally stands up, adjusting his hood. Before leaving the plane, he looks at her intently. She expects a reprimand, but he simply nods. It's a gesture of acknowledgement, a way of saying he understands what happened. And in that moment, she understands too. True authority comes from understanding and empathy, not from power or status. This experience will mark a turning point for her. Every exchanged glance, every whisper in the cabin will remind her to always question her certainties and treat every person with respect, no matter their appearance. She knows she will have to reflect deeply on her actions and ensure that this never happens again. This story reminds us that prejudices can lead us to tragic mistakes, but it is never too late to learn and grow. Each of us has the power to change, to question our perceptions, and to embrace diversity with respect. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for joining us, and always remember to show empathy in your daily interactions.